is up, guys? It is Poke here, and welcome back to another episode of Archon Storytime. Everybody, we are here back on the Archon once again. You know how it goes, everybody. We're here back, hyped for another episode of Archon Storytime. But before we start that, I just want to let you guys know, thank you guys so much for the support on the last Archon Storytime. It did beautiful. Support-wise, it was awesome. Thank you guys so freaking much. And, yeah. So, before we start, also, I want to let you guys know that Tofuugaming merch is going to be shipping out. If you bought it, it will be shipping out. You should get yours before the 15th if you bought it. Like, if you bought it at all, you should be getting it before the 16th. Or below, I think in America. Not sure if you live in Australia. I have no idea if it's different, but you should have gotten an email. If you did get an email, it does tell you when your shirt will be shipped. Mine will actually be shipped either tomorrow through next week. So I might get it this week. I don't know. I'm pretty excited, to be honest, but who knows? Nobody's gotten theirs yet, so I'm kind of excited to see who's going to get theirs and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, just thank you guys so much for over 265 copies, or not copies, of shirts / hoodies sold. That's how many we sold, 265. That is, let me try to do like a math equation. That is probably, that was probably my whole 8th grade class. I was probably like a bit lower than my 8th grade class. My whole 8th grade, like my class of 2012, which is pretty freaking crazy. So I gotta thank you guys so much for that. And they should be arriving soon, so then we can just start talking about the Tofuugaming merch and everything like that. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that. So yeah. So guys, we're gonna get in this story. Speaking of Joe and Tofuugaming, this video is gonna be how people always ask themselves. They're like, okay, I love something, but how did this something become that something? And here it is. This is the story of how Joe and I became best friends. Now, obviously, you guys are gonna love this story because it's a good one. It's a good story, and it gets a little feelsy. It gets a little feelsy. So we're gonna get into it, and I'm not gonna cry, obviously, but I'm just gonna let you guys know that feels are gonna happen in this. So let's just get in. So we obviously are going to Warp Eye, and there gonna be no cuts on this either, so we can just talk about all of this. Gotta make sure my the players are off. Okay, so let's get into this, everybody. Let's just get into this. So I met Joe. Let's go back. When did you meet Joe? I met Joe in 2012 of July. So July 2012. But here's the catch. I didn't talk to Joe. I barely talked to the guy. I knew who he was. I knew Tofuugaming, and his name was Joe. But I never talked to him. And I think he had around 3,000 subscribers. And I had maybe 1,000 at this point. I had like 1,000. And he had, maybe I honestly, I don't even know how many I had. Maybe I had 3,000. Or no, I think I had like 1,000 or like 800 or something. And so it was pretty ridiculous of like our like different type of subs, because back then, still 5,000 subscribers is a lot, but back then I thought that was like a million. So I was freaking out. I thought Joe was like a huge YouTuber. I thought he was the biggest deal around. So I was a little scared to talk to him, obviously. And my channel started growing, and so did his. And we ended up joining the same like Minecraft server. So before the Cube, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of the Cube members were on old SMPs. We kind of all joined a little together back then, years ago. So that's how I met Grape and Tibbsy and all them. And I met Joe on there. I started talking to him more, and that's when we started becoming good friends. And I remember the first thing we did to basically the first Skype call I was ever in with him was when we went on a Minecraft server, and we told the owner that we were like reviewing it for like Minecraft or something like that, and then we were just trying to prank him, and it was the funniest thing ever. And I remember it, and I was like laughing so hard, and so was Joe. And it was like the first time, like, I knew I had an instant connection with the guy. Like, I knew I had an instant like best friend connection with the guy. So it was crazy. So I just knew that we'd be great friends. And so a year went past, 2013, and we're great friends. We're obviously best friends at that point. But Tofuugaming isn't really, is it something? I don't think it was something back then. And this is when Tofuugaming kind of comes into play. So obviously me and Joe were great friends and stuff like that. And it came to a time where me and Joe went through one of the hardest phases of our YouTube career. And it was crazy. Like, that's how we really bonded. We both went through a huge phase of just kind of defeat, and like we thought we would never make it farther than what we are now. We thought our channels would just be non-existent in a few months. We thought that we'd like it's just what we were doing with our channels, and just like everything that just happened, and we just regretted a lot of stuff. And every day we'd message each other, we'd just talk, we would just rant to each other about this, and like how like what are we gonna do and stuff like that. And then one day we just like one day I wanted to quit YouTube, and he convinced me out of it. And it just there were so many days like that back then. This was around 2000. This was around the year 20. I believe this was around 20 end of 2013 to 2014. So like the end, so like November, October-ish, December-ish. So right now, but 2 years ago. And so it got to the point where me and Joe were just like, we just didn't want to do YouTube. It just was not working out for us. We wanted to make it a job, and the job it wasn't there. The opportunities weren't coming, so we just wanted to quit. And then all of a sudden we got this, we just tried. We just tried to become ourselves again, basically. We tried to become ourselves, and we did it. We ended up getting back into the scene, and for months, every single day for months, we would message each other, and we would message each other every single day. I don't remember one day where I didn't message Joe, and it was ridiculous, because that guy, he's helped me through so much of my life, like more than just YouTube. The guy has literally been there for like all my life problems, and I've been there for a few of his problems, and it's crazy to know. And and then I literally, as soon as we sold 265 merch, I messaged him. We both messaged each other. We're like, dude, like I never thought that we'd actually make it this far. Like 2 years ago, we wanted to just like let go of it all. We wanted to let go of it all 2 years ago, and now it's like this is all a reality, and it's ridiculous. And we cannot thank you guys enough so much, because this journey on YouTube has been the greatest. And Tofu Digger is really made because of just all the fans and the fandom, and it's just everybody just saying it, and just it became a real thing. Not like a real like we're not like dating, but like as in like the fandom. Obviously, me and Joe are Joe is my best friend.
You were kicked from the server.
Oh, that was a weird voice. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a long ride with Joe, and I hope that I can continue this ride with him for a long time, because I want to be his best friend for the longest time possible, because he's just the best person I've ever met. And yeah, so that is honestly the story of how I met Joe, and just how me and Joe kind of connected on such a crazy level. And we ended up, and when we both joined the Cube, we messaged each other. We were just so proud of each other. And then another year later, so it's been about a year since we joined the Cube. Another year later, we've been even more successful. So honestly, I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked of how crazy YouTube is going, and I hope that it never slows down, and I hope that we could do this for so long. And it's so awesome. I'm just thankful for all of you guys so much. So yeah, that's honestly the end of my story. Let's see if we could rank up. We could probably rank up. Oh, we could rank up. Oh, we don't have enough money to rank up. So let's go to Warp J. Like I said, our name. I say, yo, this is sick. Okay, so there's iron blocks now. Okay, so yeah, I see now. Okay. So this is cooler. I wonder when we're gonna break out of here. We're almost here. We're at J. Maybe actually no, we're not. We're like only like 8 letters in. A B C D E F G. No, we're not. I think we're like 8, 9. I can't really count off the top of my head. But yeah. So it's crazy. You guys are the best. And if you guys honestly go back, I think I used to record with Joe. I still record with him a lot, obviously, but if you guys go back to 2014 / the beginning of if you go back to end of 2013 to the beginning of 2014, I used to record that guy every day. It had to be him. We would just always be on. We'd always message each other. It was crazy, and just I didn't take YouTube that seriously back then, and it was a huge regret of mine. But obviously now, I have like the best friends in the world that are always here to back me up for it. And yeah, I just can't thank them enough. I can't thank Joe enough. I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm sorry this got a little sappy at the end. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this little story. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on that like button. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Archon Storytime in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye, everybody. Whoosh. You got to If you find this, it's an Easter egg.